Hey everyone! Today I was planning to talk on a completely different theme, but after finishing this picture, I decided to talk about making mistakes, making art mistakes, and I guess admitting them and working on them. For once, I'm gonna actually talk about the picture I'm drawing. This particular picture that I thought would be pretty easy and fun to make exposed all my problems that I keep putting away pretending they don't exist. So, first of all, I need to mention that I am redrawing this picture for the second time, and looking back, I'm just wondering, if I put so much time into sketching and inking it again, why didn't I plan everything right the second time? And I guess the main issue is that I didn't take this picture seriously, as I do with lots of other of my drawings. I was drawing to make a video, and that is not what I want to do and how I want to present my channel. My first priority should be creating a good picture, not filming the process just for YouTube content. That is why I decided to talk today about making art mistakes. I keep telling you how important it is to practice and analyze what you're doing, and I wish we could realize that we're about to make mistake before making it, but that's not how it works. I feel like I need to start again. Idea for the picture was born quite a while ago. It started with finding this old beautiful jukebox at one of the restaurants at Half Moon Bay. I fell in love with it immediately and took approximately a million pictures for future reference. And then I kept dreaming about drawing it, maybe implementing it in my witchy or nature-related themes. I felt like it was very organic and special. Not just an old music machine, but something with its own story and character. About 2 months ago, I made a sketch. I didn't plan to film it at first and was working on it gradually in my spare time. But soon I got caught up in other things that needed my attention and forgot about it until a week ago. I was busy with just open store and, other stuff. I needed to make a new video. And I didn't want to really come up with something new, so I just found this sketch and grabbed it and started filming the process. And here is where everything goes wrong. To be honest, right now I feel like I betrayed the whole idea of this drawing. I know it sounds weird and dramatic, but I usually spend at least 5 to 10 hours on one drawing this size, or even more sometimes, and get very attached to it and emotionally invested. And with this one, I didn't try my best or wasn't patient enough. Okay, let me be straight with you. I don't like the result. I see obvious mistakes that I usually don't allow myself. And I have a feeling like I've cheated. By the way, if you feel confused all the time and think, what the heck is she ranting about? It's normal. I'll try to explain myself better. Anyway, during the inking part, it was still good. I know how to ink nice and clean, but the coloring is a whole different story. First of all, I didn't do the color study. You ask why? Because I wasn't patient and thought that my intuition will be enough. Well, I was wrong. Second, I didn't plan where is going to be a light source, which means shadows and highlights are completely random. But the third part is my favorite. I don't know how to paint glass and reflections. And half of this jukebox is glass. I could have used reference pictures better or practice beforehand, but again, for some reason, thought I'll deal with it somehow. And I also screw up some perspective in the machine. Yeah. Now, let me explain every part a bit more and why I think it's important. As I said before in other videos, especially check out the coral reef mermaid drawing. With color, you can not only set the whole mood of the drawing, you can lead viewers' eye to important parts. And here, I didn't do a good job, obviously. I didn't plan where should be the focal point. If I wanted the viewer to notice jukebox, I should have made it different color, not purple and gray. There's so much going on in the picture color-wise, I'm constantly being distracted. Orange part on the witch's hair, for example, is too bright. Her skirt and legs should not be that close in color too. And the cat, it'd be so much better if he didn't draw attention to himself with the bright orange color, but was discovered after noticing other important parts. It's like a little surprise, small cute things and critters that I like to include in my drawings that you find later after examining the whole picture. That is why thumbnailing, planning colors is very important. Oh, and all of the colors definitely work together. They're just not in the right place. That's why they don't work on this picture. Next, shadows. Don't ask me what I was thinking. I have no idea. Probably nothing, because shadows on this picture make no sense. Each object has different light source. It's not only wrong, it doesn't help to unify everything in the picture. When you're combining different things and building the, for example, background, having one source of light really helps to create an illusion that everything in the right place. Even if you use different reference pictures for different objects, don't blindly copy same shadows as the reference photos have. So, in my picture, light on jukebox is coming from the left, and on which it's coming from the right, and plants is a whole different story. I don't know what's going on there, honestly. By the way, right now you can see me adding some texture to a fiddle leaf fig plant with color pencils. These are my favorite ones. They are Prismacolor very thin pencils, and they feel almost like color erase pencils, just don't have the eraser part. Shading with pencils over watercolor is a pure pleasure to me. Oh, and many of you asked before what I use for blending. It's just regular cosmetic Q-tips. I usually have a little box with them in my pencil bag, just in case. While coloring jukebox, I didn't want to make dark parts too dark. This is very common bad habit of mine. I'm afraid to go bold sometimes with dark colors, feeling that I would definitely screw up and ruin whole picture and will not have chance to fix it. Instead, I start building color gradually and never get it to the right dark shade. Later, I even decided to add some texture, which didn't work as well. This is where planning colors and shadows could really help. Same thing with the inside of the machine. I barely sketched music menu and the disc spinning thing. I looked at the reference and just couldn't figure out what to do next. That usually happens to me when I have no idea how things work. That's the thing. To draw something, I need to build the thing in my mind with like simple shapes, and I didn't study glass, so I was very frustrated. I couldn't figure out how to make it work. Then I decided to add dark color to show the depth of the inside part and completely lost sense that there actually was glass in front. So now it just looks even more weird. And right now you can see me trying to save the picture and add more deep color with Copics. Sometimes I do that when I feel that there is not enough pigment in watercolors, or if I want the watercolor look more blended or flat, I start adding just Copics on top. It usually works. You just need to keep in mind that after that you can't go over with watercolors again. So it's kind of like a last step of coloring. At this point, I was already quite unhappy with how the picture was turning out, but I promised myself to finish what I've started no matter what. And as Jake the dog says, sucking at something is the first step towards being sorta good at something. That is why I decided to criticize my own work today and figure out what I could have done better. I still hope to redraw this picture again, maybe rethink the composition too, and definitely be more prepared third time. Oh, let me also just say that admitting your mistakes in no way makes you less as an artist, or dismiss all the things you're good at. Failing and trying over and over again is an important part of learning and just in general creating art. And your goal in art should always be constantly learning something new. I know some people can really take art critique close to heart and get defensive or discouraged over it, but there's always a difference between healthy criticizing, even yourself, and someone being just plain rude. That's a different story. Maybe I can talk about it later, like how to be less sensitive to mean people online. Anyway, this is it for today. Hope you learned something new. I definitely did. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye.